Hello everyone, welcome to Datawolfs, your go-to destination for all things in Power BI. In this exciting new video, we are thrilled to present an end-to-end tutorial on building a powerful Power BI sales dashboard and report. So whether you are just starting your Power BI journey or consider yourself an experienced user, this video has something for everyone. And we have crafted this tutorial to cover everything from the basics to advanced concept, including conditional formatting, tooltip, time intelligence, and new card visuals. So if you see, like, all these bar are conditionally formatted with respect to sales previous year. And if you see this visual, this is the new card visual, which is just launched by Power BI. And when you hover over this bar, you will see additional information using a tooltip. And we are also using time intelligence functions such as same period last year to build this report. Our video is structured into easy to follow sections and ensuring a seamless learning experience for you. We will take you on a step-by-step journey, beginning with understanding the business problem, then loading the data, then we will cleanse the data in Power Query Editor, then we will start doing modeling, we will connect different tables with each other, and then we will create a date table using DEX. And after creating all these things, we will start building our report and dashboards. We will start with creating these slicers, then we will create KPI measures, then we will create these visuals, we will format them, we will conditional format them, we will create tooltip for these visuals, and this includes creating 10 to 12 DEX measures where we will use different DEX formulas. We will also create calculated column and calculated table, and once our report is ready, we will publish it into Power BI service, and there I will show you how you can access your report in Power BI service, how you can share that report with other users, and how you can download the report in PDF format. And after this, we will draw some insights from our newly created report. To further facilitate your learning, we have created downloadable resources which includes data, images, PBIX file, which are used in this video. You will have everything you need to follow along and practice at your own pace. So what you can do, you can parallelly create your own dashboard while watching this video. So we have published a post in datawolfs.com. I will provide the link in the description section. So this post acts as a resource hub for this video, and it summarizes this video and give you details of each step which we followed in this video, detailing everything about that step. And you can, when you scroll down, you can see the DEX measures which we used in our video. You can simply copy them and put them in your Power BI desktop and create measures on your own. And at last, you can see you have a downloadable resources. So you can download all resources, including Excel datasets, background, images, and PBIX file. What you need to do, just click on this link. A folder will open in Drive, and you can see in Drive we have all the PBIX file, the data which we use for creating this video, and all the images as well as the background. So you can download all these resources and create video parallelly. So before starting with our video, please make sure you subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell to stay updated with latest tutorial tips and tricks about Power BI. So without wasting time, let's get started. So let's start with our first section, that is objective of sales dashboard, that is the business problem. So let's suppose you had a meeting with your client or maybe your business or your management team, and you have identified these 10 points that your sales dashboard must answer. So these points are like calculate total sales, calculate profit, analyze order, calculate profit margin, compare sales by product with previous year, compare sales by month with previous year, display top 5 cities, compare profit by channel with previous year, analyze sales by customer and compare it with previous year, create slices for date, city, product, and channel. So your dashboard must answer all of these 10 points. You can read all of these points in our website. The link is already provided in description section. So once the requirements are finalized, we need to start building our end-to-end Power BI project. So the first step in building our project is gather data. So we need to collect all the necessary data for our project. This includes data from various sources such as databases, spreadsheet, or web services, and ensure that data is accurate and relevant to our objective. For this project, we are using an Excel file as a data source. So you can download the Excel file by clicking on this link. I have already downloaded this Excel file and it looks like this. So the name of the Excel file is Sales Analysis Report, and we have 4 tabs in it. Name as sales order, customers, region, and products. So if we see the sales order table, so we have order date, we have shipment date, we have customer name index. So this gives us the number, or you can say keys. So if you go to this customer, you can see it has customer index and customer name. So by mapping this key to this key, you can find out the customer name. Similarly, we have channels, currency codes, warehouse codes, then delivery region index. Similar to this customer name index, it is also a key. You can use this key to map sales order table with region table, and you can find the city or full address of the customer. Now we have product description index. Similar to these index, this is also a key. You can use these keys to connect with product table. And then we have order quantity, and then the unit selling price cost. The unit cost is, you can say it is a purchasing price or manufacturing cost, and the selling price is the price at which the product is sold. So selling price minus unit cost give us the profit. So this is the available data. Now we have to build report based on this data. So now we have downloaded the data. Now we will load the data into Power BI. And in Power BI, we have a Power Query editor, which is a powerful tool for data cleansing and transformation. We will use it to cleanse and transform the data to make it suitable for analysis. So let's jump into the Power BI desktop and load the data. So when you open the Power BI desktop, you can click on get data here from here, or what you can do, just close it and click on this icon, that is get data, and click on Excel workbook. Navigate to the Excel file which we just downloaded, click on it to load the dataset. So now it is making connection with this Excel file. So you can see we have this Excel file, and here are the 4 tabs. Just click on all these 4 tabs and click here to transform the data. So when you click on the transform the data, Power Query window will open, and if you click on this load, it will directly load into the Power BI. So we need to cleanse the data. So we will click on transform it. So now you can see we are in the Power BI Power Query editor, and here are the 4 tables, that is customer table, product table, region table, and sales table. So this Power Query editor help you to manipulate the data. So let's assume you need to change the column name for this column. So just double click on it and change the column name and press enter. Now the column name of this column has changed, and you can see a new step is applied to this query. Now this is the sales query. So if we move to right, you can see we have order quantity, we have unit selling price, and we have unit cost. So let's assume we need to calculate the total sales. So what we need to do, we need to multiply this by this. So in this Power Query, we have this feature to add columns. We will click on this custom column, and then what we need to do, we need to multiply order quantity, and we will put multiply symbol and unit selling price. We will insert this column, and we will name this column as sales. And if you click OK, you can see a new column is created, and a new step is also created here, added a custom column. So now the type of this column is ABC123. We need to change it to either whole number or decimal number. So we have decimals here, we will change it to decimal numbers. So we have changed the column type. Similarly, we will multiply this unit cost with order quantity to calculate total cost. We will again click on this custom column. Then we will click on unit cost, multiply by order quantity, and we will name it as total cost. So a new step is created with total cost. We will again change it to decimal numbers. Similarly, if you need to, let's say, remove some columns or add some columns, you can do everything. Like these are the transformation options available, like transfers, reverse rows. You can fill the values, you can replace the values, you can split the column into 2. And similarly for adding column, you can use this trigonometry, rounding, and information function, scientific functions. And in view tab, we have this column quality. If you click on this, you can see like 100% data is valid, and there is no error and no empty rows. So we have no empty rows here. If you click on this column distribution, it gives us the values of distinct values and distinct unique values. And if you click on this column profile, you can check what are the values. So just click, let's say we click on total cost column. So you can see we have 1000 rows here. So Power BI shows in default shows us the data for first 1000 rows. You can change it to entire data set as per your requirement. So you can see for the first 1000 rows, this is the minimum value, this is the maximum value, this is the average value. So this is used for basically analyzing the data. Now, once we have performed all transformation, what we can do, we will close and apply these changes. So changes are loading into Power BI. Now the data is loaded into Power BI. You can check it. So this is our report view. This is our data view. You can click on the table names to see the data. See, for sales, we created these two columns, that is sales and total cost. And we have all the 4 tables in Power BI now. So now we have loaded data into Power BI. Now what we will do, we will create a date table. Why we need to create a date table? Basically, to work with DAX time intelligence function, we require a date table. So what you can do, you can click on this link and a new article will open. Scroll down. So this is the code basically to create a date table. You just copy this code. I have explained this code in this video. You can check through this link. Now we will go to Power BI desktop. Now first of all, we will click on this file option, then options and settings, and then options. So we will go to this data load in global. We will uncheck this auto date time for new files. So basically what happens, whenever you load a file or data into Power BI creates a separate date table for each date column. Let's say we have 2 date columns, one for sales date and one is order date. So Power BI will automatically create 2 date table. So uncheck this one, and similarly for this data load in this one, and go to this preview feature. Make sure your Power BI is updated, and you need to ensure that these on object interaction and another one is new card visual. These both options are checked in your preview features. If you don't see this preview feature, you must basically update your Power BI version. And even after Power BI version updation, you don't see these features, then it means these features are already enabled for you. So just click on OK. Now what we need to do, we need to create a date table. So we will go to this data view. We will click on new table, and in this formula bar, what we will do, we will paste the code which we copied. We will remove this text. We will just add a date table and we will press enter. Now what you can see a automatic date table is created for you. Just like other tables, a date table is created. You can see, but in this date table, there is a calculated mark which shows that this is a calculated table. So now we will again go to report view. So now the next step is to create data model in Power BI desktop. So data model represents relationship between different tables in your data, and it helps you to establish relationship and define keys and establish hierarchies if needed. And this step is very crucial for accurate analysis and visualization. So let's go to Power BI desktop. Here you can see we have model view. Just click on this. Now you can see we have 5 tables here. Date table, product view. So these relationships are automatically built by Power BI. So what we will do, we will delete these relationships. So once the relationship are deleted, we will arrange this table. So we will put sales table in the middle and rest tables around it. Now what we need to do, we need to connect these 4 tables with the sales table. Basically, we need to create star schema. So you can see if we go to data view, we have this, we will go to sales table, that is sales data. You can see we have this customer name index, which I showed you in previously, then delivery region, then product description ID. And for all these, we have separate column in different tables. For region table, we have index. Then in product table, we have another index. So we need to connect this with the relevant indexes. So for region, we have delivery region index. What we will do, we will click here and put it in delivery region index. So a relationship is connected. This is one to many relationship, and the direction is from region table to sales table. Similarly, we will take this customer index and we will search for customer name index in sales table. We will click over it and put it over customer name index. You can see a relationship is created. When you hover over it, the columns which are connected with each other will highlight. There is another way to create relationship. Just click on manage relationship. Click on new. Now select the table. Let's say you want to connect, we have connected customer and region. Now we will connect product with sales table. We will select the column. This is the index column, and we will select the product index column. So this is our product description index. We will select it. This is one to many and cross filter direction is single. We will click OK and we will close it. Now you can see a relationship is created. So we will create relationship with order date. We will go here. So this is our order date. This is our date column. So we have completed our data model here. The data model for our Power BI report is completed. Now we will start with the development of Power BI visualization. So the first step is create report background. So we will use a PowerPoint for this. So I have already downloaded an image. I will share that image with you. You can download from internet. We will import that image from our downloaded folders. So I am inserting this image and our logo, that is Datawolfs logo. I will insert both of these. Now I will fit this gradient, blue gradient image in our file. Now what I will do, I will insert one shape, rectangle shape. I will change color to black and I will name this as sales dashboard. We will resize this image. So now our background is ready. Now we will export this page as an image. So we will go to file, then save as. This PC, you can save as anywhere. We need to change the format. We will save it as a JPG and change name to background. And we will save this, just this one. Now what we will do, we will go to Power BI desktop. Now we will right click on this, then click on format canvas. We will go to this canvas background. In this canvas background, we have an image option. We will click here. You can see we have an background. We will double click on it. So the background image is loaded. Now we will reduce the transparency. Now we have sales dashboard as our background. Now the next step is to create slices for date, city, product and channel. So we will go to Power BI desktop, and in this desktop we will right click here on this canvas and click add visual. So visual is added. We will change the visual type to slices. So here is the icon for slices. We will change it to slices and then we will add data. So first slicer is for date. So we will add year first. So you can see year is added to this. Now we will change the properties or settings of the slices. So we'll go to this icon, that is format. We will choose more options. Then a format pane will open here. So what we will do, from here you can change the settings of the slices. Let's say you can turn on and off the background, everything you can do from here. So let's first change the type of the slicer. So go to the slicer setting and you can change the style type, like to vertical list, tile. So we will choose this drop down. Now we can see we have a drop down button here to select the year. And for selection, what we will do, we will turn on this select all option and turn off this option. Now let's change the background first. We will change the background. You can choose any color. Let's choose this blue one here. So now you can see background is changed. Now what we will do, now we will change the font color. We will go to slicer header, change font color to this, and for values, the background is white. So first we will change the font color to white, and then the background to the blue color. Now you can see our slicer is ready with select all option. We will change its size and we'll paste it here. Now it's only showing years. We will add months into it. We will click here, then this, then we will add data. Then from our date table, we will add month short name with year. So when we click over it, you can see we have months here, but these are arranged alphabetically. So we will change the order. We will go to this date table. Now what we can do, we can create a sort column. So we will go to this home. We will click on this new column. We will type month sort, and then we will type format, then date. We will take this date table dates and we will format it as 4Ys and mm. Now you can see a month sort column is created. For January 17 we have 2017-01. For February 17 we have 2017-02. So we will click on this column, go to column tools, and we will sort it by month sort. Now we will again go to this. Now if we click here, you see it is sorted as Jan, Feb, March, April, May, June, July, September, October, December. Same for others. But the name of it is not clear. So we will click on this, then change the title to date. Now we need to create other slices. What we can do, we just copy this visual and paste it here again. We will remove this. We need to create city slices. So we will click add data, city. We will click here. You can see a city slices is created. We will change it name to city. Similarly, we will create other slices like product and channel. We will click here on the data. We will choose product name. Change the slicer header to product. We copied the slices and we will create our last slices. We need to create slices based on this sales channel. We will click channel here. So now you can see all slices are created. We can change their layout, or what we can do, we can select all and change the style. Let's say change its width to 160. All widths change to 160. And what we can do, we can format this, distribute horizontally, and then align middle. So all our slices are created. Now the next step is to create text measures. So what is DEX? DEX is basically a data analysis expression which is used to create calculated column measures and calculated tables in Power BI. Basically, it performs complex calculations and aggregation. We have already created calculated table. That date table we have created using DEX. Now we will create calculated columns and measures. So first we will create these four measures. So let's go to Power BI. So before creating measures, we will go to this data view. We will select sales table, and when you see in the sales table, we have sales and total cost, but we don't have profit, which is sales minus total cost. So we will add a calculated column here. So we'll click on this new column. We will write profit is equals to sales. So we need to select sales in sales table, sales data table. So we have this sales in sales data table minus total cost. In sales data table, we have total cost. We will, after writing this formula, we will put enter. And here you can see we have the total profits. Now we will go to date table. We have created the date table, but we forgot to make this date table as our official date table. So what we will do, we will go to this table tools, and here we have an option of mark as date table. We will click on this and mark this as date table. Now it is asking which one is our date column. We will select this. Now this date column is our date column. We will select this date and make it okay. So now this table is marked as our date table. Now we will go to report view and we will create measures. So now we will create another table, a blank table, to create measures. Like, it is not required. We are just creating it just to segregate our measures in a single table. So we'll click new table and name it as measure table and just press enter. Now we will go to report view. Now you can see we have a measure table with just one column. Now we will click here and create new measure. So our first measure is sales, and which is equal to, we will use sum function and we will sum all the sales column, all the values in sales column in sales data table. So this is our DEX formula. We will click enter. So our sales measure is created. Now we will create another measure, that is sales previous year. So we will write sales previous year here, then calculate, then we will take sales, the measure which we created. So basically we are calculating sales, but we are changing the filtering criteria. So we are using time intelligence function, same period last year. So it will calculate the sales, but for previous year. And here we need to pass the date column. So date column is in our date table, that is date table date. And we will press enter. Our sales previous year measure is created. Now we will create new measure, that is sales versus sales previous year. The new measure is sales versus previous year, that is equal to sales measure which calculates sales of this year, and sales previous year measure which calculates sales of previous year, and we will put enter. Similarly, we will create new measure for sales versus sales last year but in percentage. So we'll write sales versus last year percentage, then we will write sales versus previous year, that is sales minus sales previous year upon sales of current year. We have created these four measures. Now let's test these measures. Are these working or not? So what we will do, we will right click here, create an add visual. We will change its type to table, and in add data we will add year first. Year, then we can add sales, sales previous year, sales previous versus previous year, and last year. If you expand this, so this percentage is showing in number, so we will change the format of this. We will click on this and we will change it to percentage. So now you can see our sales for 2017 is this 5.25, and same figure is shown here in sales previous year for 2018. For 2017, the previous year is 2016, for which we don't have sales. So for 2018, this previous year sales is sales of 2017. Similarly for 19, the sales is for 18. And what we have did here is we have subtracted sales from previous year sales and calculated the percentage up and down with respect to previous year sales. So all our measures are correct. Now we will create the rest of our measures. So now we have created these four measures in Power BI. Now we will create rest of the measures like product sold, which is sum of quantity, order quantity in sales table, then profit, which is sum of sales data profit, the calculated column which we created for profit. Then profit last year is calculate this profit, and same period last year, basically it is calculating profit only but for the previous year using time intelligence function, same period last year. Then we have profit versus last year, that is equal to profit minus profit last year. Profit versus last year percentage, that is equal to profit versus last year divided by profit. Similarly, we have profit margin, which is divide profit by sales. So always try to use division function in DAX. Do not try to use this because it will create error when we have divide by 0. But in this divide function, it takes care of divide by 0 error. So you can pass 0 as a default value when we divide this numerator by 0. Then we have total cost, which is equal to sum sales data total cost. So let's go to Power BI. I have already created these measures. You can similarly create these measures, like we have created sales, sales previous year, and sales versus previous year percentage. So let's check these measures once. So we'll click on this table and then add these measures to our table. Now you can see all the measures are added. This sales profit margin is coming as numbers, and profit versus last year is also coming as numbers. Let's change them to percentage. Similarly, we will change sales versus sales is already in percentage. We will change profit margin to percentage. So now you can see all our measures are perfectly created. Profit for 2018 is this, and for last year value will be 2017. And we have profit margin, which is equal to profit divided by sales. And these are the number of products sold in respective years. So let's start with our visualization part then. So the first two visuals we will create is sales by product and compare it with last year value, last year sales value, and sales by month and compare it with last year sales value. So let's head over to Power BI. Let's delete this. Just click on it and press delete button. Now we will add new visual. We will change the type of visual to combo chart like this. It will show basically line chart as well as column chart. So we click here. Then we will add data. In x-axis, we will add product. So we have added product name in x-axis, and in y-axis we will add sales detail. So we will add sales from here. Now you can see we have a graph with product details and sales figure. Now we will add a line graph in y-axis for previous year sales. So we'll click add data. We will type sales. We will select sales previous year. Now you can see we have a line for it. Now we will format this visuals. We'll click on more options. Now let's change the style first. I'm changing the background. I'm changing the visual border. So the border is rounded. If you can see, the tile is rounded. So we have changes the style. Now we will change the x-axis. We will change the value color to this one. Now we will remove title because we already know this is a product. We'll change y-axis. So we will change the color to this one, and we will remove this sales title. Similarly for legend is this sales and sales previous year. You can add or remove legend as per your wish. You can change the color of text. You can change the color of this title as well. So the title is sales and sales previous year by product. Let's change this text color first. Now we will change it to sales current year versus sales previous year by product. Now our visual is ready. Let's change its line color also. Click here. We will go to this line. We'll change it to dashed and make it a less thinner and change its color to black. So our first visual is ready. Now here these columns are representing sales, current year sales, and this line is representing basically previous year sales. So we can, if we filter it, let's say for 2018, now you can see the graph is changing. Similarly for 2019, the graph is changing. What we want to do is we need to conditional format these columns. Like when, let's say when the sales of current year is greater than previous year, then this will be green. And when sales of this current year is less than previous year, then this column will represent a red color. So let's do that. We will click on here. We will go to columns. Then here we have an FX sign. Just click over here. We will select rules here. Then we will select sales and sales versus previous year. Now if sales versus previous year is greater than 0 and less than maximum, we will change its color to, I have copied few color codes here. So we will change its color to this color, that is green. And we will create a new rule. Sales is greater than minimum and less than 0. Then we will change its color to red. So I'm changing its color to red. I will click OK. Now you can see all the colors are shown here are green. Now if I apply some filter here, let's say 2018. Now you can see for the years or for the products for which the sales is greater than in previous year, it is showing as red, others are showing as green. You can change the color as per your wish. So our first visual is created. Now we will create the second visual. What we will do, we will just copy and paste this. We will copy this visual and paste it here. So we have another copied visual here. Now what we will do, we will format this. Now the second graph is related to months. So instead of product, we need months. So what we will do, we will go to this, then the data section. Instead, in x-axis, instead of product, we need months. So we will remove the products and click on months. So we have month name plus year. We will click here. Now you can see we have complete month detail, that is for we have selected 2018, so we have date for Jan to December 2018. And if we select, let's say 19 also, then we have dates months from Jan to December 19. So everything is here. Let's select 2018 only. So both of our visuals are created which were required. Now we will create next visuals. Now we will create 3 more visuals, that is sales for top 5 cities, compare profit by channel with previous year profit, sales by customer, and compare it with last year sales. So we will go to Power BI. We will reduce the size of these visuals first. So for sales by top 5 cities, what we can do, we can add let's say which visual we can add. We can add this donut chart. We will click on donut chart. Then we will click on the data, the legend and values. In values we need sales, so we will type sales here. And in legend we want basically cities, so we will click add data. I will add city here. So you can see we have all the cities here, but we want top 5 cities. So we will click on this visual and go to filter section. In filter section, we have filters on this visual. We will click on the city. Then we will click, instead of basic filtering, we will choose top end filtering. We need top 5 cities. So we will write 5 here, and we need top 5 cities by sales. So we need sales here. So I will click over this data bar and click the sales and move it to by value, sales by value. Now we will apply this filter. Now you can see we have only 5 cities. Now we will copy this formatting. We will click on this visual, go to home and click format painter and paste the formatting style on this visual. Now the format of this is changed. Now we will format this once more. So do we need legends? No, we will turn them off. We will go to slices. We will change it to default color. Then we will go to detail labels. In values, we will change the color of values to white. Now values are visible, and we will change the style of this labels. Instead of data value and percentage of total, we will select all detail labels. Now we have name of the cities as well. You can check, right? Now we will create our next visual, that is compare profit by channel and with previous year profit. So we will choose another visual this time. Let's choose, let's say, area chart. So in x-axis we need channel. I will add channel in x-axis. In y-axis I will add profit. I will also add profit last year value. Now you can see we have this graph. We'll format it as per this graph. We'll do all the rest of the formatting. So in x-axis, we want color to be white, and we don't want title, this channel title, we'll remove it. Similarly in y-axis, we will change the value to white, and we do not need this title. And if you need legends, you can turn on, and if you want to format this line, you can do it through this, and you can add labels also. If you need markers, you can click on this, or markers will appear here. Now this graph is showing our profit with respect to channel. So for wholesale, we can see this is blue line is this pink line is more or less a profit last year, and this dark green line is, let's change the color. What we can do, we can change the theme style. Let's change theme style to some other. So now this green is profit current year, and this blue is profit last year. So for wholesale, current year profit is greater than last year profit for 2018. Now let's say we need to add profit margin also here, that is a percentage of profit with respect to sales. So what we can do, we can click here, and instead of y-axis, in secondary y-axis, we will add profit margin. So we have this profit margin line. You can see the profit margin for wholesale is greater than distributor and export. Let's change its font color. So we will go to secondary y-axis, then values, change font color to white. So we have all graph ready, which is showing, comparing basically profit versus last year, as well as also showing profit margin. So now let's create our third graph, which is we need to show sales by customer type. So let's create our third graph. We'll go to home. We'll select graph type as this one, maybe clustered bar chart. We'll move this graph here. So here in x-axis we need sales, so we'll add sales here, sales, and we also need sales last year. We have selected sales previous year. Now we need to compare it by customer, so we will type customer here. We have customer names, we will click on customer names. Now you can see we have the graph generated. We will click on this graph and we will copy this format style, and we will click on our new graph. So our graph is ready with required formatting. Now what we'll do, I will rearrange them. The next step is to create cards for sales, profit, profit margin, and product sold. We will go to Power BI desktop, and here we will select the card visual. So this is the old card visual. We will select the new card visual. We will add data, which is sales. So we have sales. Then I will add profit. Then profit margin. And then product sold. This is basically the quantity of products. Now we have all the 4 values here. we have the visual created. Now we will format this visual. So let's go to style first, or what we can do, we can copy the style from here. Just do this and paste over this. Now we have styled this. So styling is done. Now we will go to call out values, let's say, or let's, instead of call out values, go to card and we will remove its fill first. We have the values. Now we will go to call out values. Let's change its color of values first. Color is changed, and what we can do, we can place one decimal value. So it is changed to 1 decimal value. Now similarly we do for label. We will change its color to white. This is done. We will reduce its size to, let's say, 35. This looks fine. Now what we can do, we can create image, add image on this visual. So let's turn it on. We'll browse images downloaded. So let's select this one first. We'll open it. Now you can see its size is not proper. So we will do in image fit. We will choose fill first. So this looks fine. We will move it to left. And increase its size maybe. Let's increase it to 70. 70 is fine. We can increase padding also. Yes. And do we need accent bar? Let's create an accent bar on left. Let's choose green color. Increase its size to, let's say, 10 pixels. We can change its shape to this rounded edge rectangle. What we can do, we can click on this shape and then rounded rectangle. We will change the corners to maybe 9% or 10%. Let's choose 14. It looks fine now. So we have our card visual created. Let's format it first. You can change the image on individual card visual. What you can do, you can select card. So let's suppose for the sales one is fine. We can change it for profit. We will choose image, remove this and browse new image. Let's say this one. So we have new image here. Similarly, we can choose for profit margin. We'll select profit margin from apply settings and we can change image to money back. Similarly, we will change for product sold. Now after we have created this visual, what we can do, we can show the previous year comparison here. So what we will do, we will create a new card visual. The old card visual, we will click on this 1, 2, 3. So a new card visual is created. What we can do, we can add data here as sales previous year, or we can compare it, just show sales versus previous year, the percentage only. So we have percentage here. What we can do, we can format it. We have this value. Let's change its color to white first, and then label also Let's remove label first and add title versus previous year percentage. Change its color to right. We'll make it here. Then for callout value, we will reduce its size to, let's say, 15. We will reduce its size. We will arrange it here. Let's remove its background. Go to style and remove its background as well as visual border. Now we have previous year versus comparison of sales with previous year. So what we can do, we can change its color. Go to this format, and in callout value we can format the color based on, let's say, rule versus sales versus previous year. So if it is greater than 0, so if it is greater than 0 and less than maximum, then its value will be in green. We will create new rule. If it's greater than minimum and less than 0, then it will be in red. Now you can see it is in green as of now. Let's change the filter. It is again in negative. If we select this, it's changed to green. Let's make it bold. Now it's fine. Similarly, we can create for profit as well as profit margin, or maybe product sold. Let's create profit. So we have created versus previous year for profit also. Now our KPIs are ready. Now we will rearrange all these visuals. So now we have arranged all the visuals here. You can change the page name to sales dashboard. And similar to this, you can create other pages also in this report, and you can delete it from here. Just delete the page. You can also create duplicate pages. Let's say we need to create a duplicate page. We will right click it and create a duplicate page. So we have duplicate of sales dashboards. Let's name it sales dashboard 2. I'm just creating this for demo purpose. Let's change its visual type. Let's say from this to this maybe. And this also we can change from this part to line charts. We can change this to, let's say, from donut chart to pie chart, and this to maybe bar charts or column charts, clustered column charts. So we have all these views created. Now let's assume, like, if you go to sales dashboard, now when you hover over this product one, you see product one and in sales value. Now let's say your client wants, when you hover over this bar, you need to see the profit margin, and maybe the cities, top 5 cities. So how to achieve it? We will achieve this by creating tooltip. So let's create tooltip for this dashboard. So we will create a tooltip page. We will click on new page. Then we will change its format. We will click on format canvas. We will change canvas settings to type tooltip. Then we can change the canvas background. Let's suppose we choose this green color as a canvas background, and we will reduce the transparency. Let's choose maybe this one. Both are same. We will name it as tooltip, and we will hide this page. So this will not be visible when we publish our report to Power BI services. So we will hide this page. So you can see a hide button is available here, is visible here basically. Now what we can do, we can create visuals here just like we created in this page. But what we can do, we can use our existing visuals. So let's copy this visual. So I've copied this visual. I will go to tooltip page. I will paste this visual here. So this visual is available here. What I can do, I will remove some of the data. Let's say we don't need sales and product sold. And let's format this. Change its size to 320. Now we can remove, let's say remove images, and we can reduce the call out values size. So we can reduce it to, let's say 15. Similarly, we can reduce the label size. Label size to 10, and we can reduce its size, and we will go paste it at the top. Now we want top 5 cities, so we will again go to our sales dashboard. We will copy this visual and we'll paste over it in tooltip section. So the visual is here. Now we will again format it. Height will be 200, width will be 320, and let's say we will reduce the size of data label to 8. Move it down here. We can reduce the title size also. So let's reduce the title size to 10. Now this looks fine. Now what we will do, we will go to the sales dashboard again. We will click on this visual, and in format pane we have properties. We will click over this, and in tooltip we will select report page, and from here we can select the page. So we have page tooltip build as a tooltip. We will select this. Now when we hover over this, you can see we have profit margin, sales by city. So everything is there. Similarly, you can create tooltip for this also, or you can use existing tooltip page. So now we have created our complete dashboard. So we will publish it into Power BI workspace. So we will click on this publish button. It will ask to save changes first. Then a publish to Power BI workspace pop-up will appear. We will select our workspace. We will select this Datawolfs demo workspace. It is publishing to Power BI service. So our report is successfully published to Power BI service. We'll go to this website app.powerbi.com. Then you will go to this workspaces, select Datawolfs demo. And here you can see we have sales dashboard, report and dataset. So this is dataset and this is report. We need to see the report. We'll click over this. And now you can see we have the report here and we have both the pages. We have already highlighted the tooltip page. So we can view our report here. If you fit it to full screen, this will look like this. You can change the slices, operate slices from here. Similarly, if you hover over this, you can see your tooltip, profit margin, everything is there. And you can select product. If you want data for product 1, it will appear for product 1. You can select the channel also, whether you want wholesale, export or distribution. You can also share your report from here, and you can also export your report like in either in PowerPoint or PDF. Let's export in PDF format. So now you can see the file is downloaded and a dashboard is downloaded in PDF form, download folder. Now we have this report page 1 and this is our report page 2. So let's start by finding some of the insights from our dashboard. So I'm currently in Power BI service. So let's zoom our visual first. So let's say we need to find the insights on current year. Let's say the last year, that is 2019. What are the insights from 2019 year? So we can see the sale is decreasing by 10%. So let's assume our management asked why sale is decreasing by 10%. So what we can see that sale of our top 7 products is decreasing, and we are doing less in Jan, Feb, March, and doing good in maybe in April, July, June, and October. And you can see from this customer graph, like for these 4 customers, these are hitting us hard because the sales for current year for these customers is quite less than previous year. So what we can do, we can call them, these customers, and ask for their problems and try to solve them. From this chart, what we can see like the profit margin in export is high as compared to wholesale. So let's say if we want to increase our profit margins, what we can do, we can concentrate more on export items than on wholesale channel. So we can concentrate more on export channel. Similarly, these are the top 5 cities which are contributing highest. So we can leverage these cities, we can do more advertisement. So similarly, we can find other insights and we can create more visuals to interpret our data better. So guys, that's all for this video. If you find this video insightful, then please do like this video and subscribe to our channel, and feel free to ask anything in comment section. We will try our best to answer all of them. Check us out on different social media platforms like LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitter, and check our websites, that is datawolfs.com. So we'll see you in our next video. Thank you. Bye.